we have an angle and two sides. And one of those sides is opposite the angle given. So this is side-side angle, for which we will use the law of sines. Let's draw a picture of what we have. There's a side we don't know, but there's an angle of 108. So that's 90. 108 is just going to be a little bit past that. So there's our 108 degree angle. This side that's adjacent to that angle is 14. And then the opposite this angle is 34. That's pretty long. That's quite a bit longer than 14. So it's gonna come out and it's gonna connect all the way over here. And so that's 34. And now we are going to we're gonna go ahead and solve the rest of our triangle. With the law of sines, when you have just one angle, you're going to have to find the angle opposite the side that you know, the other side that you know. So that's going to be this angle B that we find. So looking at our law of sines, a sine of B over side B, which is 14, equals, and then sine of C, 108 degrees, over C, 34. So we multiply both sides by 14. We have a sine of B equals 14 sine of 108 over 34. We can do the inverse sine to get the angle B. So sine inverse of 14 sine of 108 over 34. Go ahead and plug this into our calculator. We have sine inverse of 14 sine of 108 over 34. And that gives us our angle B about 23.1. About 23.1 degrees. All right, so we know now the angle B and we know the angle C, so we can get the angle A by subtracting those two angles from 180. So 180 minus 108 minus that 23.1 degrees. Let's go ahead and type that in. 180 minus 108 minus that angle right there. And we get about 48.9. 48.9 degrees. All right, we've got all three angles and we've got two sides. We now just need to find side length A. So again, back in our law of sines, A over sine of the angle A, 48.9 degrees. Note that I'm putting this A on top now because that's what I'm trying to find, and it's going to be a little bit easier having the unknown in the numerator. Equals, and then we'll use our C fraction, 34 over sine of the angle C, 108. Multiplying both sides by that denominator, we get 34 sine of 48.9 degrees over sine of 108 degrees. And now we can go ahead and plug this into our calculator. 34 sine of that angle, I'm going to use the non-rounded form for that, over the sine of 108. And we get our side length A, it's about 27. About 27.0. And now we've got our triangle. We've got all three angles and all three sides.